Hey guys, this is Sean from ABS, and I wanted to thank you for watching this episode. Please, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, the like, and hit the bell as well. It helps us grow the channel, but also it helps me keep these two in line, which is also very important.
Hey, so welcome back to another episode.
I have 3 tickets to Minions Rise of Grim.
Sorry, that was funny. It sounded like it. I'm into it. Okay, let's go.
So welcome back to another episode of In the Driver's Seat with ABS. If you joined us in our last episode, we featured race car driver and colleague David Donahue, which was a lot of fun for us. I think Ben and I and Sean were all ready to compete with him on the track, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Today, we're taking things a little bit differently. Ben and I were discussing the other day about Resto-mods.
The new age of Resto-mods,
The new age of Resto-mods. And I know you've driven a lot of Resto-mods, and you had an experience that I think you were very interested in about talking about.
Yeah, we worked an event this week with a couple Resto-mods that were involved. I was behind the wheel of a 1938 Chevy Woody wagon. That was very interesting, with a more modern 350 Chevy V8 in it. And that was really an eye-opener because it's one of those cars that feels authentically old.
Yeah.
Behind the wheel until, you give it any sort of throttle and there's actually an immediate response. And it got me thinking well, this is not really anything new. People have been doing this for a while, but I just didn't feel guilty driving it around. And we were shuttling people back and forth from an event to their cars, and it was just a pleasant experience. Yeah. And it got me thinking, as we move forward, you're seeing electric vehicles. There's a company we're involved with now that does electric Broncos. Whether it's electric or newer Resto-mods, I think that's where we're going in the future of at least enjoying your vehicles.
I do too.
Well, I think too, when you think Resto-mod, there's a kind of a number of different avenues. Everyone kind of has their definition of Resto-mod.
Kind of an old term.
It is, and the car you're referring to is kind of like the Resto-mod I went in that particular era of car. Was what I like. It looks like a car that's all original. Mm-hmm. It looks, you can tell it's been restored at one point, but it's got modern brakes. It's powerful. It's fun to drive. Not that the original isn't, but with modern traffic, it's a car you can truly drive.
Have confidence in
driving, but it looks the part.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about anything. Keeps cool all day.
Versus, I remember when I was growing up, reading the magazines with Resto-mods, you think of
cars.
You think of the muscle car with Yukon seats in it, big fluffy seats. Everything is focused, and it kind of just looks. It doesn't look cheap, but in your mind, it just doesn't look. It doesn't look right. But that was the style of car. Versus now, what you're seeing more, like what you said, a lot more companies are coming out. There's been some that have been doing it for a while, with, of course, Emory. Yeah. And then Singer came along, Gunther Works, however you pronounce it. Gunther Works.
Yeah.
So and even there's companies that will take Tesla battery packs and put them in pickup
old
trucks,
911s and stuff like that.
911s, whatever it may be. So there is a lot of, like you said, different avenues that people are taking, whether it's kind of keeping the originality of the look, but really making it feel modern for today's driving experience.
Mm-hmm. I think it makes it a lot of fun. Honestly, there's so many options out there, as you've said. I think my particular favorite one would probably be Singer, just because the level of detail that comes down to a Singer. I know when we film.
That's an easy pick. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
They're great. Really creative there. They're the best.
Yeah, they are the best. But I do. I remember when Donald and I.
Well, I would disagree that they're the best, but.
Oh, really? All right. Well, let's see. All right.
Hot take. All right.
All right. Hold on.
Don't get me wrong. I love Singers.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
fact that we're even having this conversation, first of all, is ridiculous. So, we've driven.
Well, now I got to hear it.
The Singer's an absolutely amazing car.
Because it's not a Carrera GT, is that why?
Yeah, of course.
Should we Resto-mod a Carrera GT?
Put a battery in it, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's put a Tesla battery.
Give it to Sean and remove the V10 engine.
Then he'd be allowed to drive it. Give it all-wheel drive, automatic, no clutch.
Front-wheel drive.
Oh, right.
You
Okay.
guys are the worst. Anyway,
You're never driving that car.
yeah, I know. But going back to what I said, you know, Singer, like you said, the details are immaculate.
Is it too much?
I wouldn't say it's too much, but you know, I think they're like 5,000 hour builds. You know, it's something. That's crazy. But the thing is, you know, the Singer that we have in our collection is an older one, an earlier one. So it has. It's not the 4-liter. It's people say they're better balanced because of that. I haven't driven it too much. I've driven it, you know, on the island, and it's an incredible car. It almost feels like a new car, if that makes sense. Like a new car coming off the production line. It doesn't feel like a Porsche from the 90s. You know, it's super easy to shift. It's fun. It's super powerful. I mean, the thing is, it's an incredible place to be when you're in it. It's not necessarily a hard car to drive. Versus like, and I hate to make the comparison versus an Emory car, but you know the 356s that they use.
Maybe a little more raw. You think?
It's definitely more raw.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of have to, you got to let the engine
The Singer
warm up.
is, or the Emory. is.
Emory.
Yeah.
You know, it really just depends what you're going after.
Well, you both have driven the Emory.
I love them. I've driven the
odd
Emory a
man
lot.
out.
But the Singer, I mean, it is an absolutely work of art. Like you said, every piece.
Well, we were
detail.
we were talking before we got on, like, about the term Resto-mod.
Yeah.
And that's an old term. And now you've got Singer reimagined, and you've got
Reimagined is the new term.
But you've got all kinds of terms for different things. So is the Singer a Resto-mod? Or I mean, it's basically you've got so many new parts. Now you've got Cosworth doing the engines. You've got different electrical stuff. Everything's almost new.
Yeah, I mean they are new. I mean, yeah, I mean the car is all carbon except for I think the doors, right?
Isn't that the same with the Lancia?
Yes, the Chimera. So that's what I was trying to say before. Is when we went to Goodwood.
So you wouldn't call that a Resto-mod?
I would call that reimagined as well. That car was like, so the Lancia 037 rally car was one of the most legendary rally cars of the 80s, and the guy who owns the company, he was a former rally car driver, and he raced in the 80s and 90s. So he is the right person to kind of build a car to give you that feeling.
Yeah.
So he basically took the 037 and redid the entire car. The body's all carbon fiber. It's all titanium pieces. But the engine is the exact same engine as it was back in the day, but everything is new and better and lasts longer. And that car is insane.
Well, I guess,
You would crash that so quick.
I would not.
Yes, you would.
Well, I guess
I would drift it on a track.
Thinking about a hot Resto, I guess the way I look at it is Resto-mod versus reimagined, or whatever you want to call it is, you know, there's already a great product like the Lancia or the 964 Porsche, and the people behind it, these companies, they elevate it to a level that maybe was thought not possible, especially with the materials we have today, the tooling,
etc. That's the biggest thing, I think.
I think there's no expense spared.
Yeah.
They put like the Singer 5,000 hour build, and with materials that weren't around in the 90s, whatever it may be, versus when you think hot rod, Resto-mod, whatever you want to think of it. When we were talking about the muscle cars, they were, I don't want to say you go down that aisle in AutoZone and just pick and choose.
It's kind of like some people,
that's kind of, I guess, the stereotype of it.
Versus and that's why I think the whole, genre revolving around Resto-mods is changing. I mean, Rod Emory talks about the fact that years ago, he wasn't even accepted in the 356 community. Now there are whole outlaw, groupings at these PCA events and whatnot.
About them.
You can't even get. You're looking at 5 years if you want to get an Emory car, right? Yeah. And what I love about Rod, other than the craftsmanship behind the cars and how raw they are, and he oftentimes the cars that he uses for his builds are cars that are so far gone that you would never be able to.
Do anything with them.
So he's essentially saving these cars. He's saving these 356s that would have been tossed, would have been thrown away, and he's building a unique product. Our car, how much does it weigh? I don't even know.
I think it's 1,800
pounds, whatever, and it's got 285 horsepower. It's
it's a great power to weight
and it's a 356.
ratio.
But updated suspension, brakes, Sport
Well,
4-cylinder. I mean, they're so well thought out and engineered to just provide a great experience.
Oh,
and
yeah, they sound amazing.
not only sound amazing, but just give you that feel of what this car could have been now, but
Yeah.
from the 50s or 60s.
I almost think about Rod's cars like a 356 RS. So
Yeah.
like if Porsche were to make a crazy track focus 356
the
with
Carrera
like
too.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so. That's a whole other thing. But
Yeah.
with like technology like from the future almost.
Yeah.
And putting it back into those cars. But that's what makes Rod so great, is that there's a sense of, connection to what that car would have felt like. There's a sense of originality there, even though it is a hot
Right,
rod, even though it
exactly.
is this really well-built
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose that.
No.
And I think a lot of these companies, they're making great stuff, and I think the Lancia 037 would fit in this group as well, but there's other companies that are just doing it to do it, and it's like, it doesn't feel like the car at all.
Yeah.
But as we move forward, I think this is going to be the focus. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to be buying electric cars. They're not going to be that fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think more people
Are going
just
to go back to the way that
Right.
things were with just,
And I see,
Right.
slightly better tech.
It's funny you say I see it a lot with Land Rovers, old Land Rovers,
Yeah, they do,
Defenders,
yeah.
because the North American Defenders were only in the United States from 93, 94, 95, and 97, the North American spec ones, and now that it's been 25 years since a lot of these 80s and 90s Defenders from Europe are able to be imported to the U.S., you're seeing a lot of companies pop up that are outfitting European Defenders, kind of just throwing parts at it, doing really modern interiors, because there's the Defenders there's a hot market for these cars, and a lot of people don't want to pay the premium for
Yeah.
North American cars, so they're trying to make. I feel like there's a lot of companies just trying to make. I don't want to say a lot of companies, but I've seen companies that just look like they're trying to make a quick buck by throwing an interior at
right.
a car. You know what I mean?
And that's what I hope we stray away from in the future, and I hope there are more Resto-mods like this. I mean, I've seen MGBs with period correct V8s in them, and
Yeah.
it's like the most brilliant thing. It's like I would never be. I just didn't grow up with those cars. I wasn't an English sports car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see one of those with like a Rover V8
That's
and like
cool.
220 horsepower.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
So
thing
I have a
probably
question
moves.
for you.
Yeah.
With your BMW.
Yeah.
So what year is it again?
My BMW is
Yeah.
a 2011.
So it's a 2011. Let's say in 10 years, another 10 years. It's been quite some time. That would
Yeah.
be considered almost a classic car,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And you've talked about doing an engine swap. You've talked about doing. Would you consider your car a Resto-mod?
That's interesting because you're thinking of Resto-mod. To me,
because I know you're putting BMW parts in it.
Yeah.
Reimagined by Ben Chester.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would.
But I mean, it's the same.
Well, to me, a Resto-mod is a complete build. So I would love to have an S65 V8 from the M3 in there, and I think that would be great.
That
but
would be ideal.
to me, it's the whole package. So the Singer is not just the engine.
Sure.
You've got the roll bar that has the hand stitched
woven,
leather
yeah.
and the Recaros are.
You have
just
a Recaro
perfect.
seat. You also have the shift.
Yeah,
boot.
well,
Yeah.
I try.
You've got the Alcantara steering wheel.
Yeah, well, it's like I just throw it in there. It's not a complete package. I don't know. It's a different thing. I see it.
What about?
I don't know. I don't.
You're making it better though.
I think it would be a modified car. I think it would be a modified car.
What about the S85 from the M5,
That'd be
the
fun.
V10?
That would be.
You'd be servicing. the
Yeah, I
car
would
a
just be
lot.
Yeah,
so
no,
underwater and like after the rod bearings, I would just have to garage it.
But this kind of pertains to what we're talking to. What if you took that engine and made it better, like what Emory did with the 356, just making everything better and more usable? That would be crazy. I think it might be a hot rod. I don't know if I would consider that
Resto-mod, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think everything has to be not custom, but attended to. So
Yeah.
to me, just swapping the engine in and throwing a steering wheel in and a shifter is cool, but I don't see it as a complete build.
Yeah.
And there's different levels to it. I would call it a modified car. And I don't know where we're going, but to me, cars from the past all could have used improvement in some
Yeah.
way or another. I don't see us at this point taking a car from 2011.
Yeah.
What is there to
I
improve?
know. But it just goes back to our conversation when you think of the muscle car. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of these cars are just wheels interior, whether it's seats, steering wheel, gauges. You've done all that in your car. I mean, it's just a question.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I'm not saying.
No, I don't think it is. Just
Yeah.
because there's no. I don't see it. I don't see it. There's nothing crazy new or crazy different about
Sure.
it. I would love to see a company take a 1M and do that in the future and see what's possible with it. But there's no way. You know, it's not like we're taking it and making it that much more modern. It's
I gotta just.
Sorry about that. We're back.
We've had a busy week here.
a little-
We're
little
a
busy.
little couple
We're
interruptions.
We do look a little sweaty. I don't
Do
know
we?
if you noticed that.
We're in car movement mode this weekend, so we're
Yeah.
hosting the Newport Antique Show, going off topic this week, but we've had to move every car in car storage to accommodate them. I think it's going to be a great week over there, but
It's about 120 cars that we've moved.
it's been a fun week.
Yeah, it's been
ABS
fun.
and the S is for sweaty.
S is for sweaty.
But we're working.
Absolutely ballistically sweaty.
So,
I don't
all right,
think
back
you
to the
could use
program.
back to
LY
the
twice.
back
back
to
to
the
our
program.
conversation.
I like what you said earlier, how you were saying how Rod is saving cars, these old cars. Interestingly enough, 2 weeks ago, Sebastian Vettel, before the Silverstone Formula One Grand Prix, drove his 1992 Williams F1 car that was piloted by, his name? Nigel Mansell.
Okay.
That was piloted by Nigel Mansell, but he drove it at the track using alternative fuels. So
What do you
basically,
mean by that? Like
Like human
Electric?
gas.
I am no, not electric. I am not a scientist
Hydrogen?
or a chemist.
Human
those
gas.
are the two I know.
Chemist.
Chemist.
Great.
Chemist.
A chemist. I'm not a chemist, but basically it's an alternative fuel source, and I know Porsche has been working very, very hard to make this alternative fuel, which is basically net zero carbon emissions. And Sebastian wanted to prove that you can still use this kind of new e-fuel in an old car. And he did laps around the track.
So was
and
it like the original motor and everything?
the original motor?
What did they change?
But it
Like, did they
wasn't.
do?
There's got to be things.
They didn't specify too much on that. I mean, I'm not a crazy.
Quanto costa? Quanto costa?
I think you dreamed this.
Yeah.
I did not dream it. It happened. It was real, but I'm not a chemist, as I was saying earlier. But I think this gives us, car enthusiasts, a lot of hope. I think, okay, I know the wave of electric cars are coming, and they have been coming for a long time. I think they're very exciting. I think they're cool. I think the performance of the Tesla Plaid is incredible. But I do not think that is going to be the way.
I don't see it as sustainable.
No, I don't either. I think that these e-fuels are going to save the old race cars. I see us, in 30 years from now, it's like, oh, on Sunday you can take out your car with net zero carbon emission or something like that, but still keeping the internal combustion engine alive. I really do think that's going to happen.
We're moving into the electric age, and I think the public generally is undermining the impact of how we build these electric batteries.
Oh my God, they take so many resources.
Right.
I mean, the amount of cobalt used to create an electric car battery is insane.
Yeah, and whether it's solar energy, I think I've talked with you, Sean, about this, how that's not exactly easy right now.
For cars?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think battery, like you said, the battery packs for cars, they require a lot of energy because the
And you
Model
also
S
can't
is Model S
dispose of
is
them properly.
Well, you can. I mean, Tesla recycles them
Yeah.
in the Gigafactory, but
Did Elon tell you to say that? Or? No.
now it's just
You texted him.
programmed 7 years programmed into me. No, but again, these Model S is nearly a 6,000 pound car, and most of that is the battery pack. But it's like
crazy.
you said, does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. All a Tesla battery pack is essentially 18650 battery cells, which if you've ever used like an LED flashlight, it looks like a little bit bigger than a AA battery. There's just like thousands of those in sequence
crazy.
in a battery pack. That's all it is. But like you were saying, you're not really going to see solar powered cars because of the energy that those battery packs require to be fully charged.
It would have
the
to
energy,
be like
the
directly
solar
in front of
technology
the
just
sun.
yeah, the solar technology just isn't there yet for to charge these batteries. I mean, you can get solar panels on your house, which in turn, you can charge at your house. So there, there are ways that you can be more efficient with it, but I didn't, people ask me all the time when I was at Tesla, like, oh, you must be like very green. Like, I would answer, like, people who love cars who would buy cars from me. And I would say I didn't join the company because I'm green. I joined the company because it was a great product. I was blown away when I first drove the car in 2000, whatever it was, 12, 13. And I just really enjoyed the product, and I thought it was something super unique, and technology was amazing. And the way I used to sell it was, it's a great car, great performance, and it just happens to be green. And so, yeah, there's of course going to be
Barry, the used car salesman.
a used car salesman. There's always going to be, you're going to look at the production of. Yeah. The reality is, the electric cars are still more efficient and green than when you look at the production of how the cars are made.
Oh, certainly.
I can't think of all the training I had to go over that question when customers would ask, but
yeah, the sweating has increased.
The sweating has increased.
He's like, I don't want Elon to get mad at me.
No, I don't care.
I think he cares.
But no, do I think, in my opinion, electric?
Do you think electricity is the sole future?
I don't think there is a sole future. I think I do think electric cars will be the primary, but I don't think it will be the sole.
Yeah, I don't think the ICE engine is not
just
going
for me
away.
to, I have a Model 3 because I worked at Tesla. I bought it because of my commute was really long, and I had an M2, and
it wasn't fun enough, so you bought the
yeah,
Tesla.
it wasn't fun enough. But the funny thing is, I had the M2, and I was driving an hour and a half each way to work, and I would go through like a half a tank each way. So I was like going through, and
there is eco mode,
Yeah, no, it doesn't sport. But we live on an island. And I have a Tesla.
Yeah, it's great for
It's
this.
like
After driving your car, I literally said to myself, I can drive this to work and back
I
every
use
day.
Tesla. My car, like my Model 3, to me, is just
It's a tool of your life.
It's perfect for me.
Yeah.
For like just driving to work.
It's kind of like the iPhone.
It just knows me.
Knows what
It
you
knows
need
what
to
I
do.
like. It knows. It gets cold instantly. It gets hot instantly.
You hit the horn, it farts.
You just go. Yeah, you hit the horn, it farts. You just go, and I don't drive that much on the island, so I just plug it into a 110. It's fine. It's like you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And I do take it on long trips, but again, like I bought the car because it's a great product. I don't really think about the green aspect of it.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Here we go.
What year is your? You said you asked him it was 2011. So what year is your Tesla?
2020.
So in 2030,
Yeah.
when they have the mega battery pack, and you put the mega battery pack in your Model 3, is that a Resto-mod?
I don't think you'll be able to.
No.
No.
He didn't have fun with my question.
Damn it. Hypothetically,
Hypothetically, Sean.
that's the thing with this. It's like, how much
Well, the
more
thing
modern can that
the
get?
thing about the Tesla, like I could buy a thing on my app. I should show you where like I can upgrade to more performance on my car for like $2,000 or something just by downloading it on the app, and it pushes it to the car. So I mean, it's
There's your Resto-mod.
there's
yeah,
that's like
it's
that's
all
like
right, there's an app for that. All right, great.
no more wrenching.
Yep.
But again, like I'm always gonna have that car. Like I'll always have a car like a Tesla. Not necessarily needs to be a Tesla, but I like driving
I think
electric
the
cars.
Lucids are pretty cool.
Lucids are cool, but I don't need a $160,000 electric car. But yeah, like Rivian, like those are cool. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I just think it's a great car to have for your needs. Like I have a daughter, and I have another one due any minute.
Literally.
So for me, they're safe. It offers everything, and they're fun to drive, but it's not like I'm not passionate about it. I'm not passionate about that car. Like I'm passionate about Land Rovers, I'm passionate about Porsches, I'm passionate about those cars.
It's a good tool to have.
Yeah, and that's the way I view it.
Yeah.
I see them more as tools and almost as we get to the future, I think people will be required to drive an electric car to work
Probably.
and back, and
Probably.
you'll
Yeah,
see
well,
people
you're
getting
seeing that in
tickets like,
Europe.
what are you doing driving your vintage Porsche to
Yeah.
work in 2050? It's like, this
That'll-
is illegal.
That'll be
It's
us.
like, sir,
I don't think it would be
I forgot to
illegal.
plug my Tesla in. I had to
That'll
work.
be us. Oh, the battery happened to die. Oh, had to take the
But here we are with
sorry.
Right, yeah. Here we are with alternative fuels. I think we're talking $1,000 a gallon for this
yeah.
stuff.
What
I
is
mean,
this?
as of now.
For
For that?
For the alternative fuels, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking
It's
like
very-
$500 to $1,500 a gallon.
It's very, very expensive.
What do they
now.
make it? What?
Chemist, Mr. Chemist, how do they make this fuel?
Mr. Chemist will
Yeah.
attempt to explain what is going on here.
Yeah.
They're working to use algae. So like they have these algae farms and
Isn't that what a lot of oil companies are doing now with algae? I don't know.
maybe. I'll have to report back to the
The
chemist.
Wikipedia page didn't have that much on it.
No, I mean it'll be very expensive now, but that's everything. I mean, like the first computer, how
That's
expensive
true.
was the
Ah,
first
that's
computer?
Sure, I understand
And
that.
then as time and
I'm just
evolution
trying to
goes on,
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand how you put a product in an engine designed for a specific fuel. I don't know. What do I know? Nothing.
Ain't much more than
we'll
him,
have
I
to
guess.
have Sam put up a graphic that it has like the technicalities, because I know Sam knows how to do it.
Without Sam, I don't know
No,
where
we
we'd
would be screwed.
Yeah, we'd have no podcast.
Basically explaining it.
E-fuel production is based on the extraction of hydrogen. This happens by means of an electrolysis process that breaks down water into its components of hydrogen and oxygen. For this process and further production steps, electricity is required. In a second process step, with the aid of, for example, Fischer-Tropsch synthesis, the hydrogen is combined with CO2 extracted from the air and converted into a liquid energy carrier, e-fuel. Under high pressure using a catalyst, the hydrogen binds with the CO2. Because electricity is used for the production of e-fuels, the procedure is known as a power-to-liquid process. Electricity is converted into a synthetic liquid that is easy to store and simple to transport. Back to you, Antonio.
But I think as time goes on, it'll get more advanced, and then it'll get cheaper, just like everything else.
We may not know how fuels are made, but I bet you we can look at some pictures of headlights and know what cars they are.
Oh, that transition was stellar.
A lot of rehearsing.
Nope.
A lot of rehearsing.
So what we're gonna do is I think we talked about this. I don't remember when, but the first game we played was listen to it, and I was terrible at it. Listen to the engine. Know
When
what it
Antonio
is.
cheated.
But and then
I
he
didn't.
cheated. He picked
No,
all
I
the
yeah,
literally
you
did
cheated.
not. I did
Sam
not
told
cheat.
us. Sam told us.
Sam
No,
told us.
well, Sam's a cheater. I didn't cheat.
Sam is
And
not a
then
cheater.
I think after I was like, if we did headlights in the
Yes.
dark, because growing up like on road trips, I would always look in the mirror and I would say, oh, Mercedes E350 is coming up. And
I would have loved to seen a young Sean.
yeah, this was before you
Sean's
youth
parents
were on
whispering,
iPhones.
What is wrong with him? I don't know.
He likes cars too much. But anyway, so we have some pictures of headlights. I think
this will be easier
they're
than
in
the
the
car
dark.
sounds, but
Yeah, this will be easier
we'll
for me.
see.
So we'll
Flash it
make
up
a
on the
guess.
screen.
That's definitely a Packard. If I were to guess, that's probably our Packard.
Oh, it's getting
I don't know
darker.
which-
You put the brightness up on the screen.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna go with the.
You're going Packard,
I'm
huh?
going with the blue Packard. I don't remember the year. Of
Are
that.
these
It's the Ben
these
Packard.
Audrain cars? Yeah. They're all Audrain cars. I'm going the former Judge Cassini 1930-31 Chrysler.
No, that's not it.
Well, that's what
I
we
think
can't agree on
That's
everything.
the blue Packard.
I think it's either the blue or the green Packard.
I'm going Chrysler.
blue Packard.
Oh, all right.
All right,
nice.
all right. I knew it. I just wanted to just
Nice.
Did
for
you
the
act-
sake of
yeah,
the show.
okay.
Nah, I had no idea. All right.
Porsche.
Oh, it's
That
Porsche. Wow,
is-
great
I think
guys.
it's
Good job.
either the Turbo S exclusive or it's the 992.
It's the Heritage Target.
Heritage, yeah.
Or a Heritage Speedster. Well, I mean, it could be the.
Nah.
It's the Heritage Target.
I think it's the Target. I think you're right. Yeah.
That is.
That screams 992.
That's the
to me.
911R.
Oh,
I was
GT2
looking at
RS.
911Rs next to
we
it.
weren't even close.
Oh, man. All right,
wow.
he was right with 991.
I'm in the same corner. Look, it's in the picture. I got
Yeah.
it right. All right, one for me. Count
Nope.
it. Count the basket
Nope.
and one. All right.
Aventador.
Aventador.
Come on, next.
Yeah.
We don't even need to see
Yeah,
it.
boring. Next.
Bentley
Oh.
GTR.
The
GT3
Yeah,
R.
GT3R. Yeah,
we're good at
Bentley
this.
GT3R.
That's a great car.
Or no, that could also be the black one.
the convertible.
It's a Bentley, but it's either
Yes, it's a Bentley, sir, yes.
No, it's a GT3R.
It's a GT3 R.
Yeah.
I'll say GT3R. Watch it be the convertible.
Stop. Don't even.
Oh, okay, good, good. Oh,
Getting
your
nervous.
girlfriend texted you. It's on
I'm
the
breaking
screen.
up with you for Ben.
Ooh,
Oh, that is
Mercedes.
the. That's the GTR.
Is that the
A.
GTR-A? Yeah.
I said it first.
It's just the convertible,
it's
right?
It's not the GTR because
Or is it the Black Series?
No, that's the
It's not- it's not-
GT3.
it's not the Black Series.
GT Black. Sorry, that's the GT Black.
This?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's the GTR-A because
I'm going black.
The GTR had older style headlights, and then on the GTR-A they upgraded the little swoosh.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with what he said.
I'm glad you explained that.
Fuck off.
Language. Dang.
Bugatti.
Chiron.
Oh, Chiron, yeah.
Who put this together? Steve? This is too easy. Love you, Steve.
That would be Mr. Producer.
Oh boy.
That's the
looks like a
63
BMW.
split window.
Oh, yeah, Sean's
You're right.
He is right.
Damn,
Sean
Sean's
is so
good.
good. Wow.
That is. Sean just knows that where they were walking to take these
No,
photos.
we're holding.
Sean was there. You're cheating this time.
No,
Yeah.
Joe did it.
Ooh, Demon.
Demon, yeah, you can see the intake.
We're good at this. We just know every car, so we're good.
Nah, you guys.
Oh, Maybach.
Maybach, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Nice.
Nah, you guys are good.
Oh,
Ooh, spicy.
Is that a McLaren? That's the
That's
720S.
the 720.
I didn't know that one. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
good.
that's
that was good.
That was a good one, Tony.
You got a career in this. Wow, that was it.
That's it.
That
Damn.
was-
I want more.
Who
Can you
won?
Pull up some. I think
I
you
did.
won.
I think I won.
No. Sean won by a mile.
Sam will add up the count, whatever it is. I know I won.
That
fine.
720S was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was a motorcycle.
Remember how when that came out?
Yes.
Do you remember the story when this came out? So the
The
720S comes out, and they had a press release in Sussex. And there were people there, they were told to shut off their phones.
Sussex.
Yes, Sussex. Not sausage.
Sussex.
They told people to leave their phones somewhere or keep their phones off, and people were taking
Oh,
cell
and
phone
then
shots, and
yeah.
they leaked like an hour before.
That's
really?
That
the press
always
release,
happens.
And everyone hated the car. Like
Well, it's
the
like the
initial
Ferrari SUV, the Puro Sangue.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
that coming out?
That's coming out. Pure blood, purebred.
It's not like the Urus.
It's not like the Urus.
Do you think Donald's gonna buy one?
A
The
Puro
Ferrari?
Sangue?
I don't see him as an SUV
Let's
guy.
tell him to
No.
trade in the Roma for the.
That'd be
Yeah.
that'd be a good two-car garage though, per saying.
I could see Donald driving a Puro
It's called a
Sangue.
Persang.
A
No, no.
Persang.
Like
No.
Bugatti.
What is it actually? Per saying.
Puro Sangue.
Puro sang.
Puro Sangue.
Puro Sangue.
Literally, it literally translates to pure blood. Is that like not the most like Ferrari thing you've ever heard ever for
No,
like
the-
horses?
The Ferrari is the most Ferrari thing ever.
Yeah, but that.
It's better than Ferrari F-150.
Yeah,
That was
gonna
the
be
name.
called
That
the
was the
F-150.
technical name. Ugh.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed watching Sean totally destroy Ben and I in the Headlight game. Maybe more me than you. You had a lot of them. But we hope you enjoyed
won. I
the
don't
latest
know.
episode.
I won.
Nah, you didn't. You didn't.
All right.
He did.
Whatever.
But we hope you enjoyed this latest episode of In the Driver's Seat with ABS. Let us know what you thought. Write a comment down in the comment section below. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. There's plenty more There's plenty more content coming your way. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
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 Bye, bye, bye.
Hey, hey, bye.